Hey y'all, welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. So today we're gonna make something pretty simple and quick. We're making chocolate chip bar cookies, and so it's pretty much just an all-in one pan method, and then you put it in your pan. So I'm going to use a 9 by 13 inch baking pan that I spread some butter in the bottom of, and you can use shortening, and then I just put a piece of parchment paper in the bottom so that I can turn it out, and then the cookie bars will come out easier when it's done. So you might also notice that I'm wearing a different apron today. So this is an apron that I found in one of my drawers here a couple weeks ago, and it's one that I made like 25 years ago whenever my daughters were little. So I just thought, well, I'm going to wear my one today because it's nice fall colors. So that's why I'm wearing a different apron. I am going to tell you the ingredients, so if you want to pause it and go grab a pen or a pencil real quick so you can and write it down. So for this recipe you need 2 sticks of softened butter, just regular salted softened butter. You need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. You need 1 cup of packed brown sugar, and it was packed, but I just loosened it when I put it in this bowl. And then you need 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 egg, and then you need 1 cup of chopped pecans, and you need 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. So I use semi-sweet, but you can use milk chocolate ones if you want to. I just prefer the semi-sweet ones. So the first thing that you need to do is take your baking soda, and you want to mix it in to your flour and just stir up with a wire whisk to mix those 2 things together really well. And it also kind of loosens your flour up too, so it's not got big lumps and everything in it. So we do that, and then I've got my oven set to 300 degrees because you don't want to cook it too fast, because what'll happen is your edges will get really dark but the center won't be done. So if you cook it at 300 for a little bit longer period of time, you'll get a more even bake on cookie bars. So what I'm going to do is take this over here, and we're going to put it on the mixer. Now, you can do this by hand, but I'm going to use my stand mixer. But like I said, you can do it with just a hand beater or whatever if you don't have a stand mixer. So the first thing I'm going to do is just like beat my butter to where it starts to get creamy. It doesn't take but just a few seconds whenever you've gotten your butter softened good. So that's good. Now I'm going to add in my brown sugar. Mix that good. Just remember, if you are using a stand mixer or even a hand mixer, when you start mixing in the sugar and the butter, start out at a lower speed, and then once it starts to combine, then speed it up to a higher rate of speed. That way you're not flinging everything out everywhere from your mixing bowl, and it will all get combined that way. Then the next thing I'm going to add is my egg. Like I said, start out slow, then speed up. This recipe does call for using 1 cup of dark brown sugar, but if you don't have dark brown, you can use light brown. It just, be a little bit milder flavor on your dough. Now I'm going to add in my vanilla. All right, now the next step is you want to take a rubber scraper And you want to scrape down the sides of the bowl to get all of that butter mixture down in it for when you add your flour in. So I'm just scraping it down. You want everything to be combined. Get it off of your mixer blade too. You want it all in there, like so. All right. Oops, something falling out. All right, don't matter. All right, get this off your spoon. Just remember, you're not supposed to eat raw eggs, so don't lick your fingers. Okay, just remember, I told you that. If you choose to do that, that's your decision. So I'm going to do about half of my flour mixture first. Slowly adding it in. Don't do it too fast or it'll go and fling flour out everywhere all over your counter. And then as you go, slowly increase your speed. Once that's all combined, then you can add the rest. And it's all getting combined. Now the next step is to add in your chocolate chips. And then add in your pecan. Just make sure it's all mixed in good. That's good enough. And now you'll spread it into your prepared pan. So take your rubber scraper and just make sure you get everything as much as you can off of your paddle, or if you're using a hand mixer, your beater or whatever. And that way you got as much stuff in there as you can. Then take it and plop it in here like so. Getting as much of it out of your bowl as you can. You don't want to leave any of the yummy goodness behind. You want to eat it. You want your family to eat it, your friends to enjoy it. Okay, there we go. Now, just take it and you want to spread it out as evenly as you can in your pan. And you gotta work with it. Sometimes it's not that easy. You can take your fingers and do it. If you want thicker bars, you can do it in like an 8 by 8 inch square, but I don't want mine to be too thick. I like them a little bit thinner, which is why I'm doing it in this pan, which is a regular 9 by 13 inch size. All right, that's pretty well spread out the way I want it to be, nice and even. Okay, so now we'll put it in the oven and we're going to bake it at 300 for about 25 to 30 minutes until a toothpick inserted in the center is mostly clean but still looks a little bit underdone, and then it'll finish the rest of the way as you set it on the counter. So I'm going to stick it in there. And we're gonna bake it for, I'm gonna set it for 25 now, and then I'll check it and see if I need more time. If you do an 8 by 8, you want to cook it for 35 to 45 minutes because they're thicker. All right, we'll be back when it's ready and show you. All right, y'all, our cookie bars are done. So I just took them out of the oven. I baked them for about 30 minutes, and they're still pretty soft, but they're done. So we're just going to cut them up now and put them in here, and you just want to kind of make it even. So you can use a ruler, but you know, if you don't have one, you don't obviously have to use it, but that's how you can get them even. So if I look at here, it's about 30 centimeters long. So by 6, then I'll do every 5 centimeters. 10, 15, 20, 25. So cut them like that. And that way everyone gets some that's about the same size. And like I said, you can eyeball it, it's not a big deal, but you want them as even as you can get them. And then I'm just going to do it into about thirds. Going this way. Like so. And then you'll just take them and stack them in your container. And that's all there is to it. So it's pretty simple. So if you liked my video making homemade chocolate chip cookie bars, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Please share my video with others. Go back and watch some of my other videos too. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me again in my kitchen here in Texas. And we'll see y'all next time in Nini's Texas Kitchen.